Now, here's a box with a magic trick inside it. Actually, they call it a booze detector, which is bizarre, don't they? What do they mean by that? Well, I looked inside and blow me, here's an old friend that Martin Gardner wrote about. The old words which do funny things when they have a rod which is like a kind of reversing lens in front of it. If I take these words here and put this in front of it, put it this way around like this. Here's the first one at the top, champagne. Now, when I pull this forward a bit, you'll see the word champagne appears upside down. That's what these rods do. It's like a reversing prism almost. And everyone will do the same thing. There's whiskey. And when you put it right against the thing and then pull it forward a bit so you can get it into focus, there we are. Whiskey's upside down, and rum's upside down. Tequila's upside down, and the last one, put it forward, and it's liquor upside down. So how come these words, which are vaguely about drinks, but ice boxes and drinks, cokes and things, don't do that? Don't they? Well, no, they're magic, you see. The first one, for instance, reads the word choice. When I put this in front of it and then pull it away a bit like there, choice is still there. It hasn't been turned upside down. What's the nurse calls that to happen? Very strange. Let's try this one. Icebox. This won't turn upside down either. It's still icebox. It's still the right way up. I don't understand this at all. That's what you tell people anyway, and you get them to try and work out how the magic works. And the last one, you have to go to bed after all this drink you've been drinking, and that hasn't turned upside down either. Well, as Martin Gardner pointed out, most words, if you put a line through them and turn them upside down, they appear upside down. But certain words, if you choose them carefully, are symmetrical about the middle line. So the C can be turned upside down, it's still a C, and the H can still be an H, and so on. So this, when I put in front of it and said, that hasn't reversed, it has. That is actually the thing upside down, but because it reads the same way, both ways up, turning it doesn't make any difference. Extraordinary. So, in fact, you can show it like that, but the words are backwards, of course. But the idea is, with this thing in front, it does reverse them, but you don't see it as being reversed because of the let's have a bit of optics there. I like that. Make it a magic trick and a booze detector if you like, but I think it's very clever stuff. Here's an old game which I think Mel Stover gave me many years ago. It's 5 cards as a set, and you're asked to point out that the middle card is the Queen of Hearts, and we've got to put this over the Queen. I'm going to put that over the Queen like that. Are we in the focus? Yes. Oops, it is it. I'll put it over the Queen. Now we're going to turn it around and find it's not over the middle card. Oh dear. Well, let's try again. I'm looking for the middle card there, and I want to put it on the Queen. So that must be the Queen there, isn't it? Well, no, it's not. Bizarre, isn't it? You start to realize that, in fact, the back of this ace, for instance, is actually 3 cards. It's been reversed. We put the wrong way. It's a very clever little trick, that, and catches me out when I first saw it. Every time I couldn't tell what's going wrong. So, goody, a goody. Here's a guy I met in 2008, Peter Swedenborg. He's a very, very fine artist, and his business card, and I love clever business cards, is absolutely brilliant. Let's get him into focus to show the guy himself. So what's that? This hexagon, this nice gold hexagon. Well, the idea is you bend the card around the middle. It's got a place where you can just bend it like that, and see what happens to that thing there. Look at that. It's turned into a octagon, just like that, as if magic. Oh, let's get that. And it goes from that action to there. Isn't that a beautiful action? Or what is it? A hexagon to an octagon. Very, very nice indeed. So well done, Peter. Beautiful piece, that. And the last item is a watch, which I found a little more to it than I realised. I had to set it up at the time. I haven't really set it properly, but never mind. But it's got the usual business of buttons, and you've got to push this and push various pieces there. But then they talk about a projector. So what's the point of that? And there's things say light here. Well, the idea I didn't realise was what it's doing. It's not just projecting light; it's actually projecting the time. So I'll turn that into the camera and turn it on. Whoa, yes. But I'm now going to have to put this on a bit of paper and see if I can demonstrate it. So here we go. We've got about 3 o'clock on the watch. Let's see if the time is going to be the same. 3:15, and now we're going to push that. I'm going to hold it like this. I'm not sure how to do this actually, but I think it's something like that. Oops, daisy. Wow, it works just about. So project it on the ceiling at night time, reach for your watch, and you instantly got something that's readable in the day or at night time in the dark just by pushing it. Nicely made, a bit chunky, but nice design.